so I guess I can't use that. I wonder if I have to update. I probably have to update this module. So this will only be on YouTube. That's fine. If it doesn't crash again. Okay. Hello, Zabellman here. Welcome to Path of Exile 2. Now, I will say, this is a game I struggled with a lot early on. And I've noticed a lot of people struggling with early on. Especially if you did what I did, which is start playing as what is arguably the hardest class to start with. And that would be Warrior. Now, of course, only like the top 10% of people have been able to get in the game, so we don't know how good or bad the Warrior is going to be once you start getting to in-game. But the problem is most people can't even get through Acts 1 Acts 1 to 3 with the Warrior. Most people can't even get through Acts 1. So let's just hope that it's blind. But anyways, so I decided to basically try and do like a relatively quick run through of early game Warrior to really figure out and understand what exactly you need to do to alleviate the issues that early game Warrior has. When I say early game, I mean Acts 1 through 3. Cruel Act 1 through 3, usually you'll have a game plan developed by then, and then by then, if you get there, you'll probably be fine, but until then, you're going to struggle. So, let's get going. Logging in, character, standard mode, okay, that's the Warrior.
Foundling! It is a pity to see you like this. You arrived on our shores a whipped and broken child. Our people made you strong. How were they repaid? Sedition and lies. Speak now if you choose.
I speak, I'm gonna fucking kill you later. Anyways.
Stop the foundling! Quickly! He's escaping!
Also, in order to snap the necks, that gallows has to be way higher. Like, way higher, because gallows isn't supposed to be like, choke them out. Gallows is supposed to, snap their necks instantly.
Keep moving.
That's why it was so considered a humane death. Unless they wanted to choke them to death slowly, in which case, you know.
I'm glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me. But now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more. I would appreciate it if you could... Reach Clearfell. Find the miller.
Clearfell could be in danger. I'd best hurry.
Alright, first lesson. Just because it's basic doesn't mean it's bad. What do I mean by this? This is Mace Strike. It's gonna be your best ability. Period. And a lot of people don't like the idea of auto-attacking things to death. This is like an ARPG. It's an ARPG. Sometimes you're not gonna have this really cool ability that's gonna clear everything, especially when you're playing something like, I don't know, a warrior with a fucking club. Sometimes you just have to unga-bunga. Also, early on, and I mean like within the first 5 levels, any gear is good, so just pick it up. Also, when you have a shield, you can hold it down and block like this.
Now this might be just what I need.
so I'm gonna use Rolling Slam. Rolling Slam is actually really good early on, so we're definitely going to be using that. Okay, right click, let's go. G. Oh, so how do you do the skill?
What power?
Alright, lesson number 2, dodge rolling. Unlike Path Exile 1 or a lot of ARPGs, this game has a dodge roll. The purpose of dodge roll is twofold. 1, it's to help you dodge out of the way of enemy attacks. 2, it helps you cancel really long animations. This is helpful because we can do things like this. One, you know, attack and roll back, or slam and roll back. This
Feel
normally
my
you do
wrath.
this, and you're locked into the animation, you can't do anything. However, if you do it once, you can dodge roll out of it. We're gonna be using this a lot. Is that why it's to the portal? Oh. Whenever you're using Rolling Slam, you want to use it a little bit far away. Like, about...
No mana.
Oh.
Tempered by victory.
Alright, we'll go to a little second. I'll just clear these guys out. Who was in the bathroom? I went. Oh, I know who's in the bathroom. Okay. Alright, so leveling. The first mistake a lot of people make is doing what you would expect. Like, ooh, I want to do more damage, and like, ooh, I got this cool node and that cool node. Now, you can make it work, but you're going to suffer a lot early on. So here's my suggestion. Getting damage is actually relatively easy if you do the right things and search for the right gear. What's not easy is getting good survivability, because even with good gear, you can still get absolutely owned. And more particularly, we need the ability to survive long fights. So sustainability is a massive issue. So we are going to start by going armor. Armor will mean we'll take less damage from physical attacks, which a lot of enemies do. If it's a magical attack, well, early game you're kind of screwed no matter who you are. Magic early on will always mess you up, just because it's hard to get resistances early on. But we get armor, and we're going to be going here. Well, yeah, no, we're going to be going here. 2% of life per second. This is how you gain early game survivability, is regeneration. Life regen is insane for early game. Armor and life regen means you take less damage, you regenerate that life faster, which means... which means you have a lot more sustain, which means you can last in the fight longer. And in a game that punishes you for dying really heavily, that's good. This isn't Path Exile 1. You literally can't just run it back. You can't just give them the die back. Also, for rolling slam, the second slam does more damage. However, if you just want to do one slam and roll away, you can do that too. Just remember, try to max range it just so you have less chance of an enemy hitting you from close range. And here's our first checkpoint. Checkpoints usually mark either a certain point in the area, or like certain distance you are in the area, or they mark important locations, like boss fights.
Brannock, is that you?
about this fight. He's got a lot of really good hits. It's the first boss fight. He's got a lot of really strong hits. He's got some friends come up. We don't have anything that will really help us. We can shield his attacks, but it'd be better just to dodge. Especially since we're not going to be sticking with sword and board. I said survivability was important, but we still, like I said, we still need to do damage. Our survivability is going to come from our tree. Our damage is going to come from our weapons.
No mana.
So, sticking with sword and board is the best idea. Well, there's another option to go down, but since it seems relatively not popular, I'm not going to do it, and that's dual wielding. I'm a dual wielding fan. Like, I play Fury Warrior and Warcraft, but
It was me or you.
nothing good here, looks like. Covered.
Well done. Please come inside.
Okay, so what was I saying before I got distracted?
Father.
Where have you? It's a good thing
yeah.
you managed to escape. That we
Since
could
most of our
sorely
damage is
use
gonna be
your
coming. Oh yeah,
strength
dual
in these
wielding.
dark times.
Like I
There's
like
a
dual
beast of
wielding,
particular dark. Now, if you could channel your
but a lot of people don't.
The Count
or at
must
least
die for what he has done to us.
Welcome to the... I know you and I never met in the... You must have heard the root. Something happened out there. I fear that our land's sickness will only deepen unless something is done.
But because of that, I'm not gonna be going down there. And dual wielding does kind of have its own issues. Those wings exist.
Finn makes fun of my collection.
All right,
I
next
think
rule,
it's
next
charming.
lesson. Every single level, and I mean every single level.
It's beautiful. Except...
Check the item shop. Every single level. Because it could be something
I...
really
will
good.
survive this.
In
What have we
particular,
got?
we want to
Anything
see
take your
if we can
fancy?
buy a great club.
Give a keen eye.
You want stick. Stick good.
If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
As for our first ability, Earthquake is garbage. It is actually terrible. Because there are better Shockwave abilities later on, and in order to really make Shockwave good, you have to invest into Jagged Ground talents, passives. We're not going to be doing that. However, Bone Shatter is probably the second best ability for the character in the game. Warrior excels at stunning enemies and building up stun meter, and Bone Shatter does a metric fuck ton of damage whenever you use it to heavy stun someone. So we're gonna be picking up Bone Shatter and putting it on our middle. No. Oh well, we have to equip it first, right? And putting it on our middle mouse button. One second. But yeah, anyways, moving on. So our first priority is going to be finding good weapon. Obviously, if we find any good armors, like specifically ones that have armor, because we're going to be investing a lot into strength, it'll be nice. But our first priority at the very beginning, since we're going to be using all of our points, passive points, into armor and defenses, armor and life regen.
Fear will best you.
I forgot to. Oops. Also, if you don't plan on using an item, if it's white, and like you don't plan on like using it in any way, shape, or form, don't pick it up. It's not worth it. Oh, actually, I can stun in one hit. I can really show off that little technique. Not really like, oh man, it's so great. It's more like just something to do. Okay, so for example, see the spell I had. Oh, actually, yeah. See, I can roll back and then use Bone Shatter because that'll do more damage if I go for the second hit of Rolling Slam. That's what the attack is for. And because melee attacks kind of magnet onto enemies, it's possible for you to hit them like this, pull it back, and then hit them with that attack. It's actually really strong. Dodge roll is basically your best friend. But you can see where the problem is early. We do not have much defending us. And we are super slow. Oh, and right there I could have been locked in.
Forged by flame.
Get out of here. Situations like that, if you see like a blue or yellow enemy, or blue, yellow, rare or magic enemy early on, best to just use your Mace Strike. Just curious. Early on, gloves. A blue hood. Meh. I mean, like I said, any defense will help, but evasion's a little bit less useful just because evasion, what it does is increase your chance to dodge attacks. And 6% dodge is nice, it's not gonna save you.
Dodge this!
See, I dodge back after I get one hit in, notice I stun the enemy, and I right click. And I middle mouse button. And they die. Oh. For some reason, oh, that's right, because I think on my main character I have Leap Slam instead, which we'll get to Leap Slam. Oh boy, we'll get to Leap Slam. Right, you can also cancel an attack with another attack. I literally did that instinctively, but you can also dodge back if you need to. But yeah, like you can right click and then just spam that if you know you're gonna stun in one hit. That's also another thing. We will get support gems for our abilities later. However, the thing you need to learn is because of how Bone Shatter works, you generally don't want. Do you fucking mind? You don't want to actually invest into stun unless you are trying to do some stun locking BS. Which is useful on bosses, but we're not trying to learn how to fight bosses with that strategy. We're trying to just use it for general clearing because that's what most people have problems with. Though the bosses do have their own issues. However, not as much as you would think. Remember I said, Mace attack is a really strong attack, and it will basically carry us. You don't even have to be a flashiest character. I mean, we literally go Unga Bugga with a stick. But it doesn't mean we're ineffective. easier to think of Mace Strike less of a auto attack. I mean, it's an auto attack, but to think of it more as a free ability than auto attack. Think of it more as a cantrip from Dungeons and Dragons than a auto attack booster, or just an auto attack. I mean, hell, even like benefits from things that we might see later. Typically, there's one hammer that actually buffs strikes, and this is considered a skill that's a strike.
Corruption has twisted it into a nightmare.
Anyways, first boss, Devourer, and you can see he freaking hurts. You probably should be higher level than for this. Also, don't eat his freaking slam. I'm not as strong as I, so yeah. But as you can see, we're not doing. Oh, right. The worst number. I was gonna say thank you, but then he did that. So we need to kill these bugs because we need to get some points back. Yeah. Now this is where life regeneration to come in handy. It's why I think we need to be at least one more level before we're supposed to really fight. Should have this. I played that really poorly.
Horrific task.
Wow, it's on the door already.
To
I heard they
protect
did
Clearfell,
increase.
I'll do it again.
That was me playing really stupidly, by the way. That was me playing basically about as bad as I could. And I still managed to succeed because I had armor to help me with it. And now that I have life regeneration, if I do need to back off and take my time, I can. Because now, even though it's only 0.2% of my life, it's still more than 0. Which means I have a way getting life back if I do run out of flasks. It's not much, but it's much better than nothing.
Oh, finally! Now this won't cover our debt.
Support Jam! Alright, remember I said how your main attack is going to be really strong, and even though it'd be tempting to get something like Overpower and Bone Shatter, we want to start buffing Mace Strike first. Now, the first thing we want to do, and this is really important, remember I said we're going to get damage off of items. That also includes our skill gems. So the first thing we're going to do is grab Fire Infusion. Any damage is, takes less cold and lane damage, but any damage it gets extra, which actually I thought was only physical, it's actually stronger than I thought it was, is extra fire damage. That's insane. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Also, we have, oh right, I should probably mess around with this, because I did play this game a lot, so I do have some tabs. If you don't have this, then well, you're going to probably learn to use these a lot, but this helps sorting a lot. Alright. So a few orbs of transportation. They didn't make that easy to get home. So we have 2 of those orbs. Also, we are going to level up Rolling Slam here. The Bone Shatter already does enough damage, so we can afford to level up that up last.
Hello. Please. Another for my collection. Thank you.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for increased physical damage, or just any, I guess because now that I know that Fire Infusion is any damage, I thought it was just physical. I didn't read it closely enough. Any extra damage will help, but increased physical damage does help more. It's just percentile. Well, that's a good starting base. 18% increased physical damage and increased attack speed. Attack speed is, someone actually mentioned this, and I kind of agree with them. Attack speed is your first defensive. So you really want to be getting, like, attack speed as much as you can get away with it is.
Yes. Finn makes fun of my... I will treasure
No,
it.
in this game, you still need scrolls of wisdom to identify things. However, you don't need many of them, and there's a reason for that. Because they did a Diablo 2.
Anything take your fancy?
Ooh, +2. Ooh, oh god, that one's so good too. Oh man, we are getting so many good items right off the bat.
Till next time.
Now, I could invest in armor, but like I said, we're investing more points into finding a better weapon. Ooh, that weapon's really good, but also +2 melee skill. Forget, did we ever... Yeah.
Hammer and anvil!
Yeah, but you can already see it's helping a lot. Oh, and we are to our first mini boss. I mean, the Tower is technically a mini boss, but it's kind of... Our first boss we're supposed to face, and it's this girl. Now, notice our damage. Ooh, this could be good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all coming together now. Okay, it was decent though, unironically. I had such a bad start as my other character. Getting this level of luck so early on is actually insane. So let's talk about why this weapon's so good. Hammers have a glaring lack of accuracy compared to other weapons, or at least it's harder to hit with though, because usually swords, excavations are hard to hit because swords usually have an easier time getting accuracy bonuses. Usually they have like an innate global accuracy bonus. So that's already, so having increased accuracy is really good. Attack speed I already talked about. Strength will give you extra life, which means that extra strength is basically plus 14 life right there. And increased phys damage, and it even has a minor add to 3 to 5 fire damage. This is an item I got literally at level 2. This is insane start. I don't know, every single time I seem to stream, I guess it's either streamer luck or whatever. I always seem to have like just better luck. There's also a possibility that they nerfed enemies a little bit, but you saw how much damage the Devourer was doing to me. It was only really playing patiently was I able to do much. And don't worry, enemies are still gonna devour our souls. We just... you know. I don't think we're going to be replacing this hammer anytime soon. It's not impossible, but I don't think we're going to be replacing this hammer anytime soon.
The Grelwood has changed.
And this is still an
Not
RPG,
for
so
the
sometimes your best bet is to just get lucky. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Sometimes you just gotta get lucky. Of course, I'm showing all this. I'm showing you all this as like a fresh character, and even if you had bad items, this will still work. Of course, no. Items is like the #1 thing for this build, so getting good items really early will speed the process up, progression up a lot.
I remember this place.
Finding you
What
early on
happened?
helps.
This shade. To release that being, there is a battlefield. Renly will know how to. I'll wait
thank you.
here. The old magics will protect me.
Hammer and anvil!
Ooh, another uncut support gem. Alright, and now I'm going to teach you about another thing. So all these, you're like, oh, are these the only ones I can pick from? Kind of like a talent tree? No. Notice there's a button here called All Gems. Yeah, this is all the gems you can get. Yeah, it's a little bit intimidating at first, but then you just gotta realize that you're only looking for a few things. For example, for Mace Strike, if you just look up Strike, you get like Crescendo or Impact Shockwave or Combo Finisher. We're gonna pick up Crescendo. Wait. Fuck, wrong ability. I was thinking of. Damn. I guess I had to pay some way. I can't show you now. Crescendo wasn't the thing we're looking for. In fact, we're gonna fucking dump it off. Down and down. We're looking for Martial Crescendo, which increases attack speed, which is really good for our main single target damage. More attack speed means more DPS. DPS means more happy. Not for the person we are beating to death with hammers, but do we actually care about that person? Seriously, guy's an ass anyways. I mean, he had the audacity of having a red health bar in an ARPG. Which means he just automatically just gave up his own life, really, when you think about it.
It's been many years. Does the witch still live here?
He does, and it's a problem. Welcome will probably be the first rare you fight. The Forgotten Witch. They have random modifiers, and this one particularly hates me. Because it's an ice one.
It seems no one is safe from
Alright, so let's
corruption.
try this again. We're gonna ignore the fact we got a support gem early on. So, anyways, let's try this again. You'll notice that you may think you only have to pick these. You can actually go down here to all gems to look at all of them. Can we not get Chris? There it is. Oh, it's not Martial Crescendo, it's Martial Tempo. Okay. We're gonna grab that and put it on our main attack. Why did I think it's Martial Tempo? It gives more attack speed, which is useful for a lot of things actually, including an ability we'll get later. For right now, not that useful. Nah. I was thinking if I want to pick up the Ref Grease for. What do you have? Pretty good mask. We'll keep that. Early on, you can basically use any item. That's by design. Well, But later on, you're gonna be forced to stick to armor just because. So the game does allow you to pick a lot of stats, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, I guess you do want dexterity if you're not gonna be going a certain ability, but a certain keynote on the passive tree. But for the most part, you're gonna be picking strength. You're not gonna need mana for this character. Also, you can completely cancel all your attacks if you press the attack button too early. One second. Also, I literally was learned. Oh, those guys instantly stunned, so it doesn't matter. You see how much just having a little bit of life regen is actually helping us a lot? Just on the sake of saving potion charges. Even just a little bit, like literally just an inkling of life regeneration, combined with a little bit of armor early on, is already completely making this like way easier. And yes, I got a really good weapon, but even if I had a bad weapon, the only difference at this point would be between 2 and 3 hits. So, as cool as the weapon is getting, it's more helpful for bosses than right now. And I'm still missing enemies because I actually defeat watermelon.
Hammer and anvil!
It's over there. Oh. So, if you get new flasks, do not equip them right away. However, since we are about to hit a checkpoint, I'm gonna equip all these, then walk to the checkpoint, and look at that, all my flasks are back. I didn't even have to go to town. You could also just go to town. But, no reason to if you don't have to. Because even though I think the best suggestion is to take your time and be patient with going through maps, and fully explore and kill anything that moves. Going to town is still wasting time, so no reason to do that. Unless you leveled up like that. It's red now.
These were not my ancestors, but I still respect their valor. Weak!
Already found one of the obelisks.
Ominous, but it might hold the runes I seek.
So they made dodge rolling easier. So what they said specifically is like when you're dodging, your unit count goes to 0 instead of 1, which doesn't make you quite invincible, which that's cool. That sounds like it would be, wouldn't it? Like you go from like being 1 unit of collision to 0. How in the world do you still have collision? Doesn't make sense to me.
They
but
still defend their land, even after all this time.
it makes it easier to dodge roll out of situations, much easier. But your best bet is to just not engage super hard and always leave room for an exit. Why? Okay, you may be like, oh hey, you got move speed and boots, that's really nice. I just want you to know, I have a level 57 character, and I haven't seen movement speed on boots once. So yeah, we're gonna equip those. I'm not joking, I've never seen movement speed on boots, even though it's supposed to be not super common, but more common on boots because, well, it's the only thing that can roll movement speed is boots. What is this really good? Well, that's gonna help a lot. Yeah, so I've been going through the entirety of Acts 1 through 3, and currently my character is in full Acts 2 without movement speed on my boots. Yeah. It's been pretty brutal. And of course, when it comes to playing a melee character, I don't think I have to go out of my way to tell you why having extra... It's for my curious? I don't think I have to tell you why it's so good. Okay. But for those who do need to be told why movement speed is really good, it's for twofold. One, it allows you to go through areas faster. Which, in a game that really wants you to take your time, is really helpful. It also helps with movement speed abilities that make you go faster with those as well. And two, being able to move faster makes you dodge faster as well.
Out of mana.
So it's doubly helpful. No, without any life regeneration, that poison would probably be bringing me down like 5% of my health, but with regeneration, I'm taking no damage from the poison. And since everything does a lot of chaos and poison damage early on, it's really helpful. Don't be afraid to take your time, because haste makes waste, and this is not Path Exile 1 where you're basically able to run over the place and have consequences. Especially if this is your first time playing a game like Path Exile. Take your time, be patient, wait for openings, wait for opportunities. I mean, I'm basically in fucking go mode right now, but it might take you like halfway through Act 1 to really have like that one item that changes everything. For me, it took 5 seconds. I don't know. Game really just do be like that sometimes. Oh, I should probably show you. This is also gonna help a lot. So, we already have basically 1% life regeneration. Which means right now, out of my 181 life, every single second I am getting 1 life. Which doesn't sound like much, but when every single life flask counts in a place where dying basically means having to restart entire zones and bosses, that extra little regeneration might be the difference between victory and defeat. And you really don't want to lose in this game.
Hammer and anvil.
We're one of the few classes that has access to such a good defensive really early on. Now, there's another way to get life back, and that's life steal. But I don't think I have to tell you why life steal on a slow weapon is a bad idea. And if I do, well, let me just say, when you have a slow weapon, and if you need to depend on dealing damage to get your life back, then there are going to be times when you're going to swing, expecting to get your life back, and you just die. Also, I said to, like, story time, take your time, but God, this area is kind of wrecking me right now.
What? Who is that?
That's somebody, you're fine.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Wait, actually full in inventory? Yes. Any white items I can just get rid of? Yeah. Alright, I'll keep going. Hopefully we'll get to the last shrine soon. Yeah, like I said, I do kind of have a, what I've said already is called a go button, which just basically means that there's a checkpoint right there. I don't really have to spend more time here than I have to because I already have like a good weapon and stuff, so I don't really have to spend time leveling or getting gear. At least not right now. I probably will have to later in that game. So I could probably just go.
Last one.
Oh yeah, by the way, say hello to the Rust King. Rust King? More like Rusting. Die. Nerd.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Ooh, that's a lot of good gear. We're gonna unfortunately, it doesn't really matter.
Yes, I've collected these over. Oh, I like this one.
Ooh, an old 3 gem already. Okay. Now, there are some other things. Alright, so let me quickly talk about these abilities. Armor Breaker. I hate this ability. It's so damn weak. It does no damage. It breaks armor, which you think would be nice, but unless you have something that can benefit really strongly off of breaking armor, it's really not that worth it. But here's the thing, it's also just straight up armor break, so maybe if I go normal dual wield, like if I go like, I said, because it's just flat armor breaking, so maybe there's a possibility if I just go like, I don't know, like dual daggers, or, well, no, it has to be maces, so if I just go two one-handed maces, and just do that, because it has more attack speed while dual wielding, maybe there's something I could do with that, but I don't know, I really don't like armor breaking. Shockwave Totem. I've heard good things about this. If you're going for a totem build, I hear this is a really good one. I'm not. Infernal Cry. War Cries are really good if you have endurance charges. And they're probably fine if you just have nothing. I mean, there's a way you can get them that early. I do not care for trying to go for Warcries, because we're trying to keep this simple. Though, if you want to, Infernal Cry is probably a good choice for just doing a decent buff. You can see, power cast gains damage as fire damage per 5 power of enemy's range. So it is a really good strong buff for Infernal Cry. We do not need this, and it just adds complexity. I'm not going to go for this. I might grab it later, but for right now, we're just going to grab level 3 Bone Shatter. Anyways, I'll be back to talk to you guys.
Ominous, but it might hold the runes I seek.
Now we talk to Finley.
Curious, I would ask. Anything take your fancy?
It's fine work, Father. I still have much to learn.
What's with me in this fucking up? I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I've been getting so many good items. Speaking of which, something I did consider doing until literally just a second I thought about it, because there could be an item we're gonna get that's gonna help us with it. It's a lot. But whenever you are at a vendor, and vendors change every single level up, so you want to grab one that's still hot. If they have a socketed item, you want to keep that in a separate stash tab if you have enough. And I'll show you why later. I don't know when we get it, but we will get it. But speaking of which, this is maximum life, more strength, cold resistance, and armor. And we've got a storm rune, which means we can add more resistances to it, which we're going to do. This early game is literally the most sustain I've ever had.
Might make good scrap.
All these items. Derp. I didn't mean to do that.
If you find
Oops.
a fight out there, do bring it back.
I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Actually, no, there's no buyback. There's no buyback in this game, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, we can smack. Go back to Una. Just one quick second. Hopefully this doesn't crash again. Okay. Una, and then we could talk to her, but all she's gonna do is tell us to do what
Release
I'm
that
doing
which
already.
you hold.
So, anyways, here's the shade, and he's fine. You can walk it off.
He's unconscious, but he's breathing. Though.
Yeah, see, he'll be fine.
The grim tangle. Oh, goodbye.
Alright, all I heard was Grim Tangle, and then, alright, done. Sure, let's go.
Stick to the carrot.
Tools, Village, got it. We're good. Alright, there's a few things we still need to do. We still need to find the Grim Tangle. We also need to find the extra boss here. 'Cause killing him at this point would be pretty... I mean, killing every enemy you can find early on, the uniques, is pretty important. He's right there, by the way. This literally is the arena for him. Yeah, the movie. This guy actually kind of sucks because he does chaos damage, and he hurts.
Shatter!
Except for, also hurts. Yeah, you see those plants? They will fuck you up. And I'm not gonna risk dying here with my overconfidence, so we're just gonna...
This can't go on.
There we go. We'll need money. I was wondering if I wanted to pick up these blues, but I do need money early on. It does help, so might as well pick them up. Alright, here's the bramble. We need to find a Grim Tangle. Unfortunate, honestly, because the entire point is trying to teach you, like, yeah, early on you're not gonna have really good items or good weapons. You got to learn how to craft them, which I showed you. Like, you got to craft good items. You got to look at the store good items. And here I am, just literally picking up the best possible fucking items off the damn ground. Like, I feel so bad about it because this legitimately is not normal.
There'll be no passage here. For now.
If the face...
I don't know how to emphasize enough, like, just how insane this early game is. Now, our weapon's gonna last us a while, but it won't last us forever.
For a moment, everything felt alive. Feel my wrath.
So we still eventually, probably around middle of Act 2 or start of Act 2, depending on that, we'll still need to find a better weapon. It will not last us forever. And that's the big thing, is like, you can have this massively big drop that will like change how you play a certain area. But it's not going to last forever. You're gonna have to figure out other things.
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exceptional.
But to be fair, we wouldn't have really gotten this far, or at least not as easily, if we didn't invest into some form of defense. Because we would be getting our butts kicked by those poison enemies. There's the freaking iron. Okay. That'll help. But yeah, no, like... We just have a lot of damage and defenses already. But we wouldn't have gotten that far if we didn't have defenses to begin with.
My venomous! Is that the wandering druid? No chance!
Yep, see, we're not invincible. That's what happens when you get cocky. I just literally ate its most powerful ability in the face, thinking I could survive it. I could not. I did not beat the allegations. You're not invincible. So you have to remember that and play carefully. Like, that was easily a win if I didn't literally just sit there and eat its most powerful attack. It is really easy to get arrogance. so you gotta be careful.
How many more will I have to kill before this is through?
Enough. So anyways, as I said, you don't have to use these abilities, but some of them are pretty good. For example, Bone Shatter with Impact Shockwave will just basically carry you the entire way through. You don't even need to focus more damage on that. But we're going to, but you don't have to. So I went down this way to get increased regeneration while moving, but so I went down this way because get increased stun threshold and an increased life regeneration while moving. That could be pretty good. I was thinking about doing that, but now that I'm actually thinking about it twice, well, first off, we're not going down that path anyways. We're going to be going here for increased armor. So we can pick up Brutal. We still want to get damage, so we do want to get at least something, and that will help. Another Iron Rune. Fuck it, maybe I should keep... Well, no, this is SSF. I'll just say, fuck it, if I want to go my other character and give my fucking Iron Runes to him. The reason why Iron Runes, by the way, are so important, at least for this build, if you're using sword or axes, you probably can focus more on using like some type of elemental damage, but because of the sheer amount of physical damage this item has, it benefits probably the most out of any item in the game, or any weapon type in the game, from sheer physical damage percentile increases, because it already has an insanely high base percentile of phys damage. So that's why getting physical damage is still going to be the most important thing. No. Oh, wait. I did the thing again. You still have to be careful and play patiently. You can't just, even with all of your power and strength, even when you have good items, you can't just charge in like that. You still have to play patiently. You're still a melee character. You're still going to be weak to things like poison. You still have the ability to get swarmed really easily if you go all in. You just can't afford to be that chaotic. What? Alright. Oh. Well, I know why I'm pressing Q, but it's like, I need to stop it. Sick of stopping it. Stop it. Anyways, we just need to kill that one boss here, and then we'll be fine to do one. Alright, now time for the hard part.
Quickly! My family has been abducted!
I will gladly honor this request.
Alright, family abducted. Got it. Let's go. Also, if your first playthrough, if you really want to pay attention to the story, then it will take you longer because you'll be listening to everything. But honestly, most of your time is going to be spent doing things up. Just on a side note, even though it looks like it, shockwaves cannot go through walls. They're not stunned. They're blue. Blue enemies and yellow enemies have more health. I don't know how much off the top of my head. I'm not sure if it's the same value as in Exile. Yeah, more health means it's also harder to stun them. Your stun threshold is based off of your total life pool. And any modifiers to stun threshold. I keep on doing a thing instinctively. I really should be doing that. It's much faster clear. Also, it just looks Also, it's just more efficient. This doesn't look as like panicky. Die. At that time, I think I had to cancel with dodge because I spent too much time in the animation. Okay. Uh-oh. Game? Okay, we're good.
This place has not been abandoned.
Say hello to the first enemies that can shock you. Also, say hello to the, arguably, to a lot of people, the worst debuff in the game, shock. Because while cold makes it you unable to act, and while fire burns you, poison poisons you, and bleed makes it so you can't really move, shock increases all of those damages. Because it just straight up makes you take more damage. Come on. I need to stop dodging, rolling so much. But yeah, shock will be one of those things where you think you're fine. Alright, of course. You think you're fine, then you get shot, and the hit that would normally you'd be able to shrug off will suddenly kill you. And you'll have no idea what the frick happened. Speaking of no idea what happens, those guys are gonna be scratching their head for the next life. Relics. I was just saying that. Not much to talk about either. I think I've said most of my points I need to. We already have most of our end-game builds, like, already. And there's the benefit to that, too. If you're definitely newer to the game, because I'm going to use a different ability later on, but you don't have to. You could literally just do Rolling Slam, Bone Shatter, and melee attack, and probably get to maps with just that. Down nerd. use the hammer.
Need mana.
Yeah. I'm just watching this stuff in the chat. I'm like, man, I do kind of wish I didn't get such a good start, like, unironically. Because it does feel bad to be like, oh man, you know, if you have good items, you can just kind of face roll things. And the entire purpose of this is to teach you how hard the early game is. And, you know, it's not going to be easy. But show you. But, yeah.
Die slowly.
Welcome to Rage, the Eternal Praetor, also known as you're about to get your shit rocked if you have a bad weapon. This man will absolutely teach you the true meaning of pain.
The Eternals will never surrender.
As you can see, he just does a lot of damage. He just hurts. And even though we have really good defenses, we have a decent armor and we have a lot of things going on.
Join me.
He still hurts, and we're still gonna have to be careful.
The Eternals will
If we didn't have a good weapon, think about it this way: this boss fight would probably be lasting 3 times as long. So that extra life regeneration would be saving our asses.
Your
But
name
because
has long been maligned
we
in
apparently
Ogden
decided that
Draven.
today was the day we're just
This
gonna win.
was my pleasure.
Like I said, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Also, we have 4 times. Unfortunately, I don't have that yet.
Yes. Finn makes fun of my collection, but I think it's charming.
That will help. That's actually a really good flask. You can. So whenever you get yellow, you should actually, instead of selling it, even though you need the money probably, disenchant it so you can get a regal shard, because you want regal orbs for crafting if you do get unlucky with items. We have been kind of goated with items, but that's not gonna be the situation all the time.
I've collected these over time. What do you think?
Oh, I didn't want to.
I will treasure it. Stay safe.
Yeah, it feels like currency early on is actually pretty easy to get, though. At least for now. Did change that. Anyways, remember I said we need to keep socket items? We're gonna keep socket items here. Also, well,
Fear will best you.
oh yeah, checkpoint here, which means, yeah, we'll go over here. There'll be some items. What? Yeah, it drops just a Zuli ring. It's a ring, so we'll grab it. So items like that will be a fixed location. Will be a fixed item, usually. So like that will always be a Lazuli Ring, if I remember correctly. Sorry if I'm tired. I normally would be at bed at this point, but I need to stay awake because I got a new job. And I need to be awake until like 4 o'clock probably. Also why I decided to do this little stream, just to help me stay awake. Chest. It might be better. It was not. Wait. Oh. I mean, it is better because increased recovery rate means we get more charges, and we don't really need to have max, like, increased recovery rate because we don't really use that much mana. Now, if it's a health potion, I'd probably not take it. Nerd. What we're looking for, by the way, is the Grave of the Countess, which we have not found.
Fear will best you!
I will put the Eternals back in their graves.
You know what? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Whoops. I was looking at the wrong screen the entire time. How interesting. Haunted treasure. All around here. Absolutely nothing. I just got violent plants. Yeah, remember I said you gotta be careful with the plants from that one boss? Yeah, they're just kind of a modifier to him. Yeah, they're just kind of a modifier.
Feel my wrath!
But I just got support gem, so I can't complain. We already gave Bone Shatter, Impact Shockwave. What else do we want to get it? We don't want to give it Consecrated Effect. What did we give it before? Right, anything with heavy stun. No, we already got that. Windwave, pin. I don't really want that. We want Devastate. Yeah, we want Devastate, which is a tier 2 support, so we can't get that yet. Maybe we do put on Execute, actually. We could also give it Concentrated Effect. This would be more useful for bosses, but yeah, there'll probably let's get Execute. I'm not a fan of Concentrated Effect because Concentrated Effect because I'd rather have Yeah, I really need to stop feeding coffee in the middle of an undead burrow. Because I want to be able to have the massive AoE for that, especially for Shockwave. So yeah. Next level up. More armor over there.
Hammer and anvil!
Remember I said spellcasters are still going to be an issue? Yeah. These guys are really rattling my bones right now. Really rattling my bones right now. Why are you not... How did those guys not get stunned? I think because they're minions to someone. Here, let me check. Yeah, why? Oh, they have energy shield. Yeah, that would do it. And this motherfucker. Oh my god, the checkpoint is that fucking nature. Damn it!
Your way has no place here, Karui. Wilt and rot. How dare you disturb me? To me, Draven. Tormented dead. Right. Insolence. My love, I call to you. No escape.
No chance!
Insolent fool. No escape.
I should use her main attack there for some reason.
Your cruelty was immortalized in song, Asinia. Your end will be too.
Weird.
hands, this could fall.
Do my eyes again deceive me? At last, it's open! Praise the first ones! What is this? Graves, Isabel, Torquil, Callum, the family of Count Lachlan of Ogham. My family! This doesn't make any sense! They're dead! Those bastard Eternals! I must make them pay! I must make them suffer!
This guy's he does a lot of damage. I did say you hurt. I just didn't think that would hit me. Okay, that's how that works. I'm just trying to avoid getting to the chill area. I usually don't have that much of a problem against this guy. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I really should just run him down. Yeah, I'm definitely overthinking this. I really could have just fucking I tried to dodge all those attacks. I could have just smacked them. I had enough healing. That's another lesson to take here. Sometimes
Hunt with the first ones, old man.
You just need to trust in your defenses. You need to trust that you are able to out DPS the dude. Sometimes you just need to trust in your defenses. What to do? Oh, yeah.
Oi, it's you! How do I explain? A little while back, see, now well, you pay them a visit.
Sure.
You found the ring.
The One Ring to rule them all. Also to bring this dude back to life.
I don't know how to ask this of you. It's in my...
Oh, I see.
How long has it been? It can still be contained.
This.
What a strange being.
Yes.
So if we are to heal this land, we must find the seed.
Alright, I got all that. Also healed, identify all your items for you, so you'll still want to keep some Scrolls of Wisdom, but they won't be as important as before. Unless you need to want to identify something on the spot. But for the most part, you'll be fine.
Hello. I've collected these over time. What do you think? I will treasure it.
Seriously, how did I never see any movement speed?
Sorry, I was just...
Alright,
Sorry, I like to hold on to bits and pieces. Any that catch your eye? I suppose I can let that one go.
Not the best one off fire, but we'll take it. You.
Stay safe,
782.
if you can.
Actually, I do
Sorry, I
want
was
to
just...
actually
Please,
buy.
take your time.
I can't. I don't have the money. Balls. Okay. Accuracy
Stay
rating low.
safe, if you can.
That hooded fella. Take a look.
I mean, I already have a really good item, but what's a 42% increased fizz? Like, why am I getting such good items? We should probably look for better gloves. No. Plus one to level all melee skills. Are you kidding me? I should probably grab these documents and upgrade them. I might as well.
That'll
pick
keep
them
you
up.
alive.
If they aren't good gloves, I'm definitely putting a plus one all
Stick
melee
to the cairn.
skills. How much would that increase my DPS if I went for this? That's a pretty good increase. Actually, I think I can add one more modifier to this. Let's exalt it a little bit. Whatever left there and killed. Will help clearing a bit. I don't do that much. We'll keep this item with us, but no promises we'll do anything with it.
Sorry, I was just... I like to hold on. I will treasure it.
Hold up. Wait, hold up. Chicken. Alright, we can move on. Alright, hunting grounds! Alright, so... just for the record, I keep on saying how this is more closer to Diablo than its Path of Exile. And in every way, just listen to this music. I'm not gonna say anything in this area. Here's the next boss, Crowbell. Also, seriously, this music straight up just sounds like it's from Diablo 1. Like, this is game's so fucking Diablo build. It's ridiculous how close it is to Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. It is Path of Exile.
What's been eating our cattle? You won't get away from me. Rage all you want, beast.
Now for the actual hard part of the fight, not getting hit by the fucking bell and getting your bell ring.
Break!
And
one less danger to threaten our home.
I don't know what to tell you. I legit don't know what to tell you. Sometimes the game just loves you. I don't know why. I know it's sounding almost arrogant at this point. Like how many times I'm telling how much this game likes me, but like I can't overemphasize how good it is. Like 35 max life, accuracy rating, strength, +5 to all elemental resistances on an early game ring like this. With this item also being really good, and this item being pretty decent. This item being really good, getting maximum life, strength, and increased armor. Like, these are such good pieces of gear to get really early on. And they did say they were planning on increasing the rarity of items. In fact, that might have been the last patch, but it's definitely saying like how good items you can get now. I mean, the early game is a little bit easier, but at least it does help with itemization, showing you what you should be looking. I'm getting a lot of strength and everything too. God, I wish I had this during my fucking first run. I needed so much strength. Hell, that's right. Maybe I will go Titan's Grip build. Do we go mode this? Do we just like say fuck it, we ball and just try and get to the exact as fast as possible? Yeah, I should probably still show off. Although, be kind of disingenuous at this point if I did that. Besides, we're level 10 in level 10 area. We should probably spend some time here. We'll pick it up, but we do want to finish clearing this area first. Oh, wait. Didn't pick up the waypoint. Now we can head back out. Yeah, they definitely increased the general loot drop of the game. You can definitely feel it. Because I would not be getting this many yellows right now, and I definitely would not be getting this good quality of the yellows early on.
Dodge this!
So maybe it's actually easier to play this character now, but like I said, itemization is still key. And being able to learn what you can and can't do early in the game is also key, so it's not the most unnecessary lessons to learn. Yeah. The big thing to note here is how important really good items are, because look how easily I'm clearing with all these good items. Most people say it's like nearly impossible to get through early game with a warrior. I was able to do stuff like this before they nerfed it. Before they buffed it. Anyways, we're gonna be grabbing these life regeneration nodes. Over here. There's also a thing to note here. Strength doesn't give melee damage anymore, so there is no damage I've grabbed on a tree. This is all defensive armor. I'm still clearing really quickly. Granted, I've got a really good weapon, but that's kind of what we planned. We got a really good weapon, and now that we have one, we can clear really easily, and we never even had to touch a node on a tree that would do any form of damage. We did get one, admittedly. So what the fuck is the ritual site? Oh, there it is. Thank you, game. Checkpoints will mark the points of interest, usually, so see a checkpoint, either you are like getting through a long zone, or there's a current area nearby, or both. rituals. Any enemy you kill in the ritual will be respawned in the ritual. And if there's more than one ritual, every enemy that's died in any ritual will be respawned. So when you go to the ritual, there will be 3 rituals worth of enemies. This will be shown in the next area.
So, I was right to be. Something's wrong here, please.
Alright, I understood all that. It does help that I kind of know what I'm looking for too now, instead of having to fully explore every single area. Because normally I would be like probably 2 or 3 levels above. But at the exact same time, I'm also clearing so efficiently that it's not really mattering. I'm not even like that far off of full clearing. I'd probably just explore like this bit right here, like probably about 60-70% cleared. So really, it actually cleared pretty well. What's our inventory looking like? Oh, here. Wait, hold up. Got a level 4 skill gem. Bone shatter. Shatter me bones. Now we want to go to. Right, I did forget about that, didn't I? Oh, we did the rituals, like, didn't we? No.
This!
I think it has a little thing on it, right? So. We don't really care to have this charm, but I mean, just keep it on. Charms basically kind of work like potions used to in Path of Exile 1, except for they're already automated, so you don't have to work on automating them, and they're not as powerful as they used to be. They're pretty strong. They're not as powerful. So definitely people look over a good one. Breaker gloves too, but like I said, it's so tempting to switch my gloves out. But plus one melee skill is just so much damage I'm gonna be getting from that. It's hard to say no to it. Also, yeah, no Chrono. Ritual is something different. Oh, here we go. Right, this thing. Alright, I remember now. And,
Hammer and
so you
anvil!
get-
You were no one.
Use another support gem. Thank you. A rolling slam. We want to give. Guess to war? Now we should probably head back to town.
How can I advise?
Hey, take a punt. You know. Not bad.
God. Keep selling the items I mean to, keep. Like these. Don't sell that.
Deal. Remember us when you're famous, eh?
Yes. It seems shadows haunt us both. Sorry, I've collected. I will treasure it. It seems shadows haunt us both.
What have we got?
So, again, helmet. That's gonna be hard to get rid of. Even though it's not even armor, it's, yeah. Basic energy shield. Should be so hard to get rid of. What if it shows my attack? Not really? Actually, I didn't even think about that. Where do I find accuracy? No, where do I find accuracy? Huh, I never actually looked for it, but like... No idea.
Yes. Finn makes fun of. I will treasure it. It seems shadows haunt us both.
Found that's in notes. Resistances. Okay.
What have we got? Here's what I've got. Go well.
Obviously, people who are way better at the game than me will be able to do inventory management like that way faster, but it's necessary to show you everything anyways. Alright, Freethorn! We'll get something good for doing this quest, so we're going to do it.
bloody place. Please, hero.
They're not mad. They just know they really like ritual. Look, I understand. It's a decent mechanic. I get it. This can be really hard to replace those gloves. I get, well, I mean, the gloves aren't even that good. It's literally just +1 to melee level, but a +1 to melee level is going to give me so much damage. Yeah, I'm good.
Out of mana.
That's the way to the big boy's room. Do not want to go there yet. Need to find one more ritual, and then we can go to the big boy's room. Like this one.
No chance.
Yes, I'd like to, I'd like to get, I'll take, evil sculptor ass having ass laugh for, 100, please.
I must destroy this before it goes any further.
right, the boss fight section. We've had a little bit of time to like stretch your hands. Nope. Alright, King of the Mist. Probably unironically your first. I mean, I guess Draven's your first real hard fight of the game, but this one's a really hard fight. I just thought this Traveler's. Wait, am I supposed to not? Oops. Is that like what you're supposed to do? Okay. Oh, you're supposed to hit that. I actually never did that. No wonder I take so much damage in this boss. A lot of stuff to watch out for. The big thing here is to watch out for stuff on the ground. Like I said, we got some really good gear. We built defensively. We don't have to dodge as many things as we need to. We focus on DPSing, which is our number one problem. And yes. Simple Skull will give us a maximum spirit. Spirit's gonna be important because now we can get Herald of Ash. Herald of Ash is going to help our clear a ton. We are going to equip Herald of Ash. We're going to right click on the buff for Herald of Ash.
So the cultists really did have a king lurking out there in the shadows. Thank you, hero.
And we want to pick up the Topaz Charm and upgrade it because that is a charm we want to use early on. Because like I said earlier, shock damage is the most important thing to mitigate. So lightning damage is something you should try to avoid taking. Also, what do you got for me? Crap. Give me operations. If I disenchant them,
Finn makes
do
fun
they
of my
go
collection,
to
but
do you turn to augmentation? No, transportation. Okay. This is not all of it, I could do that instead. Good old-fashioned. I forget. Did we level up? I think
Yes.
we did.
Finn makes fun of my collection. It seems shadows haunt us.
Oi.
Yeah, I know it said you could buy sockets, but our money isn't looking the best, so probably don't want to be buying that. Admittedly.
Sorry, I was just... Yes? Finn makes fun. It's beautiful. It seems shadows haunt us both.
Been solid so far.
Face me!
You see, so whenever we kill an enemy, any damage you do over their life, which, remember I said Bone Share does a lot of damage, will do a fire damage explosion. So it is very easy to clear an entire mob with just this combo. Even if you don't, they will 90% of the time get like ignited. So if they aren't dead, and they'll soon be.
Need mana!
There's like 3 dogs are stunned. How did I miss all of them? And yes, there are werewolves here, don't question it. Also, these guys actually hurt a lot. Realistically, if you really did not care about time and you want to take as long as you physically can, you could be picking up every blue volume and either selling or disenchanting it to get every single resource, because every time you get a full inventory, you just teleport back to town because it's free. But I do usually try to get through this relatively quickly. And right now, we don't really need Orb's Augmentation because all the items we have are already really good and they're already yellow. So not exactly in a crunch for good items. I mean though, like they're on fire, even though they live, they're also on fire, so they already have low life, so it's pretty easy to kill them after that.
Need mana. Shatter!
Oh, there's his house. I'll find the scarecrow place, yeah. Usually find the scarecrow place first.
I can put right one thing, at least.
See right there, that particular werewolf died because of the fire damage. So I didn't even have to go back to punch him to kill him. Just died in his own cause. Man. Oops.
Break! You were no warrior.
Probably didn't need to look at those angries. Like I said, the ones I have are already pretty good.
Hammer and anvil! No mana.
Here's crab circle.
You were no warrior.
Now we can head out of here. Usually it's around, yeah, usually when you get to these like fenced off walls of corn, you're in the right direction. Yep, because usually that's where the spawn is. This game is a lot about learning the maps and stuff, so this does take time. We figure out.
You found my loot. I think I should.
Together, we will rebuild.
Finn makes fun. Oh, I like this one.
Okay, now where do I want to go from here? I mean, I had a plan, but I was like, okay, now where do I want to go from here? So, we can grab this life node if we think we need it. I think we're fine on defenses. So, our next path we're going to go is this way. Now that we kind of grabbed these nodes, we're pretty set for defenses in general. There's some life nodes we can grab here that aren't very strong, but they're there, and they're part of the dex tree. Low life regeneration is down here. And if you are finding yourself low on life a lot of the time, and this, I'd probably take the time to go down here and pick this up if I was playing like hardcore. Because low life, obviously, like, if you manage to survive on low life, having that much increased regeneration when you're low on life can possibly save you from getting wombo comboed. But we're not going to do that. We're going to instead go this direction. There are two options you can do here. One, you can go here and go all, if you think you need more defenses, go all these armor nodes and go something polished iron, or go blade catcher, or if you want to go a little bit more damage, go this way. And we are going to be pathing towards a very good ability for hammer users. Or for keystone. You don't have to grab this keystone, but I personally do, because it's probably the best, one of the best keystones specifically for hammer users. Because, like I said, they also have the highest physical damage in the game, but they also have a glaring lack of accuracy.
Begs the question. Later.
I think they even have a lower. I mean, obviously we don't know yet, but usually you have a lower crit rating than axes or swords, which is important to know because that's what we're gunning for.
Oi! Anything take your fancy?
That kind of does, but not particularly. 2 slots. Still looking for a better helmet, really. Something that wouldn't make us feel bad about switching gloves.
If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
Phew, I can finish this up. I'm getting really tired. Okay, Oregon Village. If you are decently powered, you can just go through all this.
Rejoin the air.
But if you care about the story, y'all, just so you know, the guy who tried to kill us at the beginning with the whole hanging situation is the Count of this location. This is our home. You know, everything that's on freaking fire. The Count basically went mad. Because he was doing some experiments with some stuff in the corner and was trying to get his village, because, you know, he's the Count, to basically go along with it and shut up and not say anything. The villagers obviously were not happy about what was going on because, slight spoilers, he's feeding bodies to a eldritch being. Surprisingly, we're very happy about it, but he saw this as DC, but rebellion, and proceeded to burn and kill everyone. After all, the bodies he has to kill don't have to be fresh, they just have to be bodies. The fresher the better, they don't have to be fresh. Alright, now this boss fight is harder than it seems on first glance.
Just wait. Surely we can.
Your luck has run out, foundling.
Great Wolf, take you, bastard!
You bastard! Face me!
So running if why I'm bothering to dodge, you need to really get on your dodging for this fight because he can and will one-shot your ass into oblivion. Yeah, that attack in particular. There's a second attack you'll also do. You'll know it because, yeah, the guillotine falls. That will one-shot you. If you are not ready, if you are arrogant and think you can tank through it, I'm going to tell you right now, you will not beat delegations. It will kill you. I'm pretty sure that attack, if you're near the middle of it, or even near the side of it, pierces armor. So yeah, no, don't be in the middle of that. Yeah, he does that neck thing, and if the guillotine falls, you don't want to be there when the guillotine falls, because it will fall and you will die.
Death is not revenge enough for what you've done.
Hey, stop it.
Break!
Stop it. That, I didn't even notice, that is a lot of heads. Executioner may enjoy the job, I mean, seriously, look at how many heads he had to chop off. Including this man's. I'm guessing she knew. So, we're just going to free her. I'm sure she'll be thankful for us saving her life.
He killed Eamon. Just...
See, look how happy she is. She's so happy to be alive.
None will stop me from enacting vengeance.
She is so happy to be alive after her husband just got his head chopped off. I mean, she's single, guys. Okay, do not be like that. Little buddy here. Just being a silly little guy. Walking along with me. And look at him. Doing his best. Stop. Also die. Like I said, we have really good items right now. I don't think we need to...
Shut up!
Okay. Okay, I don't know why the camera was like that for a bit. always face a certain direction, spawn-wise. Could be wrong.
Need mana.
These bleeding blood enemies, like the blood collector, the courtesans and stuff, they hurt. Specifically with the non-degen putting around, so we really don't want to be on those spots.
Weak.
This would be a good time to have armor break, but we don't really need it.
Out of mana. You were no warrior.
Go. Yay! Body. Gives us uncut support. Useful. Because we... So, we can get something like Magnified Effect or Precision for Hail Dash. We can't use that because that would make it so that it costs too much spirit, which is what we use for auras. So yeah, we can't use that. As for you, what do I want for you? One slam. We don't actually want stun buildup. We don't need stun buildup with this. Not right now. What do we want with this? Oh, I know we want this area. We want... Oh, well, yeah, we want Magnified Effect. Give it a bigger area. Can you please kindly get out of my way? Thank you. Want to get the finishing act in one. That's a situation where you get trapped because I literally rolled myself into a corner. Don't do that. Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't trap yourself in the corner and then die. That would be kind of messed up when you think about it. Alright, I think she also gives us something for saving her. Because she's so happy that we saved her.
For what it's worth, it isn't worth much. But take this.
Alright, if you can't tell, she is not very happy. She is very distraught about the fact that her husband's dead.
Enter. It is good to see. I've collected these over time.
do we want to use this one? Nope. I did say I wanted. Oh, I actually need more intelligence concentrated effect. Okay. We won't need life tap, so we're gonna grab that. We'll need life tap for something later. Just know we'll need that. We could theoretically put life tap on rolling slam instead of magnified effect. But like, what's the cost of it? Wouldn't have to worry about mana. Let's give it a shot. There we go. Oh, I completely forgot you need to find that air. Right. Oops. Oh man, the thing that's gonna be really important, we kinda need to go here for. I completely forgot to find his tools. Because you don't need to do it on the second run through, but you need to do it on the first run through.
Stronger with every strike.
Yeah, see how, because we put so much effort into life and regeneration, look how little the cost is when we use life tap on something like this. Like, it is negligible how much mana it costs. So we can just ignore an entire flask, which helps our action economy a bit. There's a notable we can grab later on that would make that infinitely easier. But for right now, this is all we need. Yeah, you can only have life tap on one thing. And that one notable I'm talking about, we'll probably pick up at some point. Because honestly, I didn't know how good it was until I picked it up on my main warrior. Let me tell you something. It's good. It's pretty good. Anyways, here's the tools we're looking for. Excuse you. Excuse you. Smack, 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 smack. Alright, we're done. Okay, now that we grabbed those tools, go to your stash. If you have any sucketed items, take them all out. Also, items of quality, but I don't think we've found any of those, so I think we'll find on that. Also, you might as well use this to put away gems you don't need, like Magnified Effect. Dr. Renly. And now we can use the salvage bench, which will allow us to salvage items. If it's quality or it has sockets, you can salvage it. If you salvage onto sockets, they give you artificial shards, which turns into artificial orbs, which are the things that give us those gem slots, those rune slots, and those rune slots are what's going to be carrying us. So yeah, pretty important.
What have we got? What would you like?
Pretty important.
It is good to see you.
Also, we just leveled up, so.
Hello.
Una, what do you got for me?
Take your
Nothing.
Time. Shadows haunt us.
Ridley, what do you got for me? potentially about the same. I mean, that's not really nice to say, though. There's a buyback. There's a buyback. I'm so stupid. Good job, me. I'm the best at this game. I guess I'm so used to not being a buyback that it's like I actually sold the thing and it's like, oh, you keep on selling the thing and don't you sell it. You can buy it back, you fucking stupid idiot. Anyways. Alright, there are two big bosses we have to fight here. One is Candlejack. Two is the Act boss. It may not shock you. Paying attention to the story. It's the Count that's been going around sacrificing people to the pit. And he didn't even ask permission first. So we're gonna remind him why consent is important. And we're gonna forcibly beat him into a pulp. Non-consensually. Something he does not want. And I'll make him realize how important consent is when he's in the afterlife. Yeah, I fucking hate this area. Ignoring all my jokes and dumb jokes and stuff. I hate this area. I hate this area so much. Remember how bad the blood enemies are? Every enemy here is a blood enemy, and it's awful. Doesn't help that every single pack is usually backed up by the person, which makes them all worse. I hate this area so much. It's in this top area. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is what I mean.
The time is nigh. Our triumph is at hand.
That's him. One of us will not leave this manor alive.
Oh. Hopefully it's me and hopefully him and not me, because there's a possibility it might be me. Let's just throw that out there. A little bit of extra stunner. This is one of damage beginning to fall off a tiny bit. And even though like we got such an amazing weapon at the start, and remember we got this at the start of Act 1, it still isn't gonna be the best later. And it already feels like it's beginning to fall off a tiny bit. Not too much, but enough that it's noticeable.
Cow!
Thankfully, all you can really do is talk to that.
No warrior.
But yeah, imagine if we didn't have all these good items and weapons and like spent time to really, or get lucky or like spend time. Imagine how harder this would be right now.
First ones, hear our
What
lament.
madness is this?
Sanity recedes. ever
Anyways, this guy
further
sucks.
Into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so
So
unsettles our
Candlemas,
minds?
the living ray,
It sits poised to strike.
has some pretty powerful melee attacks, and they're all fire based. So oh no, I'll have at least some type of fire damage. So once again, we cannot really resist by just, you know, stacking armor. Though I think he does do I think he does a mix of physical and fire. However, there are a few attacks that aren't a mix of physical and fire, and you'll learn them very quickly if you decide to stand still for too long. That attack! If you stand still in that, you die. I stood on like the edge of it, and I still took a lot of damage.
No chance.
During my second run through of this area, on my main character, on cruel difficulty. Oh, by this, you can just stand underneath and won't take damage. In fact, it looks like a few of his attacks, if you just really right on top of him, he won't hit you. Obviously, these will. Yeah, I've been noticing that too, actually. Looks like a fairly sharp in the bag, but do not get arrogant. And dead.
Nothing sacred anymore.
Thank you for the max life, nerd.
In the right hands, this could forge something truly exceptional.
Yeah, they definitely increased
The village, you must...
the amount of drops 100%. Let's make sure I'm not. I don't think any of these are quality.
Yes? Sorry, I was just...
Yeah, let's go ahead and light flask. How much life do we lose in this one? Yeah, we don't have 8% life, so we just lost it. Let's wiggle it. It'll help. I'm not a fan of it, but
It
it'll
is
help.
good to see. I like to hold on to bits and pieces. Be careful.
We will keep on to it in case we want it. Alright, now there are 2 more levels we have to go down, and then it's going to be the final boss of Act 1. However, that doesn't mean we're going to have an easy time. In fact, he's actually pretty I mean, all the Act bosses, they did a really good job of making them really, really tough. And really, really obnoxious.
Dodge this!
Okay. I was about to say, wasn't he the rare? No, this is the rare. Nerd, 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 nerd.
No challenge.
Nerd. Okay, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. I promise. Alright, First set of stairs. So we'll say they did definitely buff the rate of currencies and the rate of items dropping. And that is a good thing, because one of the problems that were happening was the problem with Path of Exile 2 is it is a lot more based. Your power is a lot more based on items than before. Beforehand, a lot of your power actually, I mean, your items helped a lot, but a lot of your power came from passive skill tree. So, getting more levels is a very good way of getting back in the back in the game, so to speak. But that was no longer the case. You got the power of the actual passive tree got nerfed pretty hard, and you are heavily reliant on items to really get any meaningful progress when it comes to your damage and survivability. The problem is they also nerfed the rate of things dropping, like rewards and armor. So and especially for warriors, you just got to the point where you're like, you are struggling every single second because you don't have the gear to kill things, you don't have the passive to kill things, you just can't kill things. And you die so quickly, and every boss takes so long. So people are getting really angry, more frustrated and angry over that. They just couldn't kill anything. It wasn't just warriors. Everyone was controlling.
When you're dead, keep digging.
And when you do die, I'll throw your body in there. Honestly, it's just win-win for everyone.
Steel yourself.
Oh, that actually pins me. Oh, I never noticed that. That's what it's going on. Oh, stairs right there. Oh no! Oh, this is this is his personal area.
I sense Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true. That fair-haired villager, an eternal descendant, she knew. At that moment when our eyes locked, we both
I
knew.
still don't quite understand.
She clung to her
Quite
children
understand
like
what
I would
the
end
implication that is.
then and
I
there.
think that has something to do with. I mean,
She's
obviously it has to do with
risk
bloodlines,
now.
but I don't know exactly.
How many others must I fear?
What exactly the implication of that is for this story? The fair-haired woman was eternal. I'm not sure why exactly that's the I know exactly the terms weren't exactly a light group, but
A way forward for me. We must continue with our task.
first went through this area in particular, the bottom floor, gave me so much trouble.
More. Don't stop.
Okay.
The beast hungers.
Damn.
Horrific! They're insane!
Oh, You're the one watching it. Hey, why is it going? The Eternal Empire are the Miri, so people in Sarn. And I guess they don't. They said she was an Eternal. I guess they just don't like him. I don't know. I guess it's like something to do with like lineage and blood hierarchy. For once, I'm so knowledgeable about the lore, I'd care more.
The power we need. Kill him, and you shall have everything I promised.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
Anyways, welcome to the first boss, also known as the skill check. If you fail to kill him, congratulations, you are now countering what many would call a skishy. This man has a lot of really fast attacks, and he also has ice damage, which will slow you down, which means you're going to get hit by a lot more attacks. However, this isn't the hard part. As you can tell, we're kind of kicking his ass. In fact, I can just sit here and kind of tank everything he's giving me.
You will pay for that.
Even though my weapon is falling off a tiny bit.
Easy prey.
But you can see that hurts. That hurt you. Huh, I didn't even know he had that attack. Yeah, by the way, he's also a werewolf. I've been experimenting with a lot of different skills. However, in this particular run, Weiss, which is the person who's also in my chat for this, I'm particularly trying to show them how like the beginning like attacks you get will work, and you don't really have to like change and adapt to your playstyle, because what you are given right away is pretty much all you really need. Alright, so he used the Bloodborne part of the fight. Alright. So, this guy does a lot of damage and will slow you. He has a lot of massive ice AoE attacks. And you're gonna have to position yourself pretty well. Prioritize survivability.
As night falls.
This man can and will force you to go back to the first part.
Sought the unworthy through an endless night. They wither.
Yeah, especially if you get trapped like that.
Forsaken frost. As cold as death. Of baleless misery.
This is also a really hard. Luckily, it doesn't do too much damage, but it is honestly a really hard to dodge.
I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Killing frost.
Generally, you want to stick to his side.
I will take out your heart and savor each bite.
I really need to dodge that attack better.
Chilling frost.
No chilling frost.
Requiem and high. Chilling frost.
I stood right in that.
Smell your blood. And I am ravenous.
Yeah, you need to move the second he gets up in the air when he does that. I'm just kind of standing in that attack. If I have to retry this boss fight, I don't even mind, because I'm just basically eating everyone in attack.
I will take out your heart and savor each bite.
Up safe here? No. Alright, And now because he's down, we can let our health turn get up a little bit.
Solstice of pain. The air grows colder. Agnar the Rune. Agnar the Impaler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chill. Break! Agnar shall slay again.
Hey, dodge it that time.
Solstice of pain.
Bro, you cool?
Chilling frost. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Solstice of pain.
Stop it. You know what the funny part is? We're still not at the hard part. But trust me, he gets harder. I think around 20%.
And savor each bite.
Ah, I got hit by the one on the bottom. This is a problem. All right. So when they start glowing red like that,
Chilling frost.
they have a new effect called corrupted blood.
Your pulse quickens.
And if you get hit by corrupted blood, you drain a lot of health.
With bloodlust empowered. Our Esamir
Yeah, we have a problem.
But soon all were devoured. Shadow! In unending
We have a problem. You can see
death.
corrupted blood deals a lot of damage.
Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous. Chilling frost.
Yeah, now those will come in the entire fight. If you don't finish them off soon, and if you are low on health vials, you might have a problem. Like I'm having a
I
problem.
will take out your heart and savor each bite.
However, we might got this.
Desolation.
Woo! That is the second hardest boss in the axe.
If only for a moment. The madness. It consumed my being. Oriana. You used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages. From the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
So yeah. Obviously, we had a lot of decent items going into that. Like, you know, we had this fur plate, which, you know, gives decent life, and fire and cold resistance. We had 32% cold resistance because of all the good items we got. You normally would have not been able to get there with such decent items. However, you know, take the time, figure it out. You know that he does only cold damage, so if you can find... I was able to find the Sapphire Ring, but if you can find the Sapphire Ring, equip that immediately so you can get cold resistance. Obviously, the more life generation you have, things like the biting frost and the corrupted blood on the final phase will be less impactful, but even then, only way to be able to really beat these bosses, even when you have really, really good gear, just learn to fight. I was messing up a lot because I think I'm tired. But even that, because I gave myself so many defenses, it gave me more chances to mess up. And even though I really botched that fight,
You've done the dark. May the first. It seems
I was still
shadows
able to get
always
through
work.
because I prioritized defenses and living over doing damage.
It is good to see. I like to hold on to bits and pieces. Any that catch your eye.
And when you're playing a character like this, you really do have to prioritize living over doing damage. I mean, everyone has to, but this character in particular. Alright, with that being said, that is 3 acts done. 3 acts. That is act 1 done in 3 hours, which is pretty good time, actually, to be honest.
We must pursue Oriana. The fledgling beast is the
But yeah, we'll go ahead and follow the beast
trail
trail.
of corruption leads east. The Countess has escaped with the beast.
Oh no. But anyways, I am gonna stop here because I do want to get some sleep, and I'm doing like 1 act per part since there's only gonna be like the first 3 acts. Looking pretty good. After I do the first 3 acts, I'm gonna probably, if I do more streaming, I'm probably gonna switch over to my warrior, actual warrior, and start from there, and then it'll show you how I'm building my, what I call the Titan's Grip warrior, when this game is Giant's Blood. You can't, I played World of Warcraft Fury Warrior, you can't stop me from calling it Titan's Grip, you just can't. But for now, we are going to take a break. So, the Ballerman, signing off, have a good one.